Giannis, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tested negative, don't worry.
You have paperwork?
Huh?
You have the paperwork?
It's on the email. I'm going to forward it to you. Okay.
I trust you.
The other night, I don't think you were asked about, and this is a little bit off the court, but LeBron was at the game. And I'm thinking to myself that when LeBron was in his first finals appearance, I don't think you even started playing basketball yet. You know, it was 2007.
2007.
You obviously notice him. Did you engage with him at all? And not even LeBron. You know you're in the finals when you have, you know, Adele's courtside and the stars are out. You know, thoughts on that and how it hit you?
Crazy. Yeah, first time he was in the finals was 2007. I wasn't playing basketball. That's crazy to think about. Yeah, obviously, you know, I know the team is LeBron James. He was sitting right across our bench. Well, I didn't have the chance to engage with him, and you know, I wouldn't engage with him. That's something that I don't do. It doesn't really matter who. Might be my mother's seat, and of course, I see that I don't engage while I'm playing. I just try to focus as much as possible. And but this is crazy. This is a crazy story. This is not a promo. The night before, I was watching Space Jam on HBO. Yeah, so I was watching Space Jam, you know, and you know, there he goes. This is the courtside sitting. But no, I wasn't able to engage with him in any way. Yeah.
Vince in the back.
Hey, Giannis, I know you guys like to focus on what's now and not necessarily the past, but how does the last couple of years of the heartbreak and not being able to meet those expectations maybe help you develop some mental toughness to where you guys can come back from deficits in the game or in the series? How do you see that? Do you think that's helped you mature and helped you grow to get to this moment now?
For sure. It helped me mature and grow and become more mentally tough. And, you know, it doesn't really matter. This is a playoff game. You know, everything can happen. Like, you know, I remember in the Instagram songs we were up 2-0 and last 4 straight. You know, and I'm trying to think what was the mindset of the other team. You know, leaving Milwaukee down 2-0, and now they're thinking they got to go back home, protect home court, and, you know, then come back here, get one. And then, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to think what they did, you know, and try to learn from, you know, our mistakes and our failures as much as possible. I don't focus in the past. I try to learn from it and move on. And I think it helped me throughout my career. You know, when we're down 2-0, they did it. Why cannot we cannot do it? You know, kind of thing. And or when we're up 2-0, finish. You know, get the job done. And one thing that I think I've learned personally in the playoffs, like, I think early in my career, I was like getting too high, too low. You know, we played a good game. I was so, you know, so happy, you know, because like you feel the intensity from the crowd, the fans cheering and all that, and how, you know, the trip back home, or like if we were in a flight or whatever the case might be, we were here at home, playing at home, how I felt good going back home. And I was getting like too high. And when we lost, I felt like it was the end of the world. And I feel like this year, lose or win, that did not happen. Like I was the same kind of guy. You know, I just live with whatever outcome comes, you know, because I believe that, you know, I'm supposed to be, you know, be there in that time and place. So I don't really worry about the outcome. But I think that's one thing that we've done as a team, knowing that being up 2-0, finish, like close our games, being down, it doesn't really matter. We got to figure out the way to win and never get too high, never get too low. You know, you make 6 threes, doesn't really matter. The next game, you make 0, and I feel like we've moved on really, really good. And if Chris does it, if Coach does it, if Drew does it, you know, I feel like the rest follow.
Lori?
2 quick questions, if I could. First of all, how hard was it for you to become the vocal leader? And what I mean is you've always been popular and well-liked team guy. So to get on somebody or to tell somebody, hey, you needed to be here at this position or whatever, that's different. You put that popularity at some risk, but you've been more vocal this year. Was it tough, or have you invested in your reputation? You can do that now because the guys know who you are? That's the first question.
To answer your question, Lori, like, I don't care about being popular and being the most popular guy, and I don't care at all if I could be the the least popular guy on the team and just come here and do my job and go back home, I'll take that. It doesn't really matter. But I feel like when you play to win, that comes easier. Early in my career, I was really quiet, and obviously of the language barrier, it was harder for me. I felt like kind of like I'll say the wrong thing. I say something stupid, so I just chose not to talk at all. But now it's a little bit easier for me. I can get a lot better. And I think Chris and Drew and guys and PJ and coach have helped me like be more comfortable with that. But yeah, I think early in my career was the language barrier. I felt like I say something stupid, but then I realized like I'd rather say something stupid than not say nothing at all, and throughout the journey, throughout my career, guys helped me with, especially Chris. Like he was like, talk, say something, like PJ that I've been with him for like 2-3 months now. He's like pushing me to talk. George Hill helped me a lot with it. Guys throughout my career helped me a lot with it, but I can get a lot better.
And I know you're a family guy. Did I see this? Isn't Mariah expecting? Is she in her third trimester? Are you dealing with that too at home, or is this all?
Yes, she's expecting. She's going through this pregnancy alone right now. No, I'm joking, but no, she's expecting. She's healthy. She's fine. She's at home. Everything's going well.
Brian?
That's great news.
Thank you.
I guess in the 7 months of the season, quite a bit of it, we had no fans, only a few fans, whatever. And now tomorrow you might have here, 20,000 inside, 20,000 outside. I had lunch with Sam yesterday. The waiter was saying they don't even know how they're going to get to work. It's going to be so crowded here tomorrow. What does it mean to you to not only be at this stage, but to be at this stage where Milwaukee can actually enjoy it if it happens? Because we didn't know if that was going to be the case a couple months ago.
It's going to be amazing. Hopefully we can, focus on what we got to do, be in the present, compete as much as possible, play good basketball, and be the team that wins at the end. And hopefully we can enjoy it with our family and with the fans, and that they can enjoy it also. I feel like it's something that you can feel the excitement in the city. And last time we were in the NBA Finals was 1974. And it's been a while, so I'm happy that the fans are enjoying it. There's 20,000 people in the arena, 25,000 people outside the arena. But we got to focus. We got to do our job, and then they can do their job celebrating at the end. But we got to do our job first. So we got to be in the present as much as possible. I cannot focus in celebrating. I can't focus in that right now. Because I feel like you get too ahead of yourself. We got to focus in. I got to focus right now. And then when the game comes tomorrow, focusing each possession at a time. Possession at a time. As I said, play good basketball, compete as hard as possible, and put ourselves in a position to be able to win that game. That's all you can ask for. And hopefully we win. If we win, great. If we don't, we have one more chance. But if we win, it'd be nice to celebrate with the fans, inside and outside, and with our families, because this is it's something historical that happened in the city. It's happening in the city right now.
Tim?
Hey, Giannis, two things. First, you just mentioned that you have to try to stay in the moment. You said the same thing after Game 5, but this is a moment you've been talking about for years. How do you...
This moment, talking to you
yes,
right now?
Always. I know every moment with me is special, but obviously I meant tomorrow. So how do you keep that out of your mind and focus on just playing the game and not thinking about everything else?
It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard because you work so hard to be, in that moment, which is tomorrow. And it's hard not to get ahead of yourself. But this is the time that you got to be the most disciplined, and that's what I'm going to try to be. I'm going to try to be as disciplined as possible. Don't get too excited. Don't get too pumped up for the game. None of that. I can't play the game right now. The game is tomorrow in, I don't know, at 6 or 9, 8, whatever the time is. Right now, there's nothing I can do about that. So I don't even try to think about that. But it's very hard not to. Sometimes you sleep about it, you're dreaming about the game, But this is the time that we have to be disciplined individually. Me, Chris, Coach, Drew, Brooke, all of guys as a team. We got to be disciplined. We can worry about that. We cannot having plans about of celebrating none of that until it's done. And that's the mindset I'm going to have until tomorrow.
And when you were answering Vinny's question about the experiences you guys have gone through, you said that your mindset's a little different this year. Before the playoffs, I asked you why this year would be different, and you said, I don't know if it's going to be different, but we're just going to try our hardest and see how it goes. What has made
Because
you
I was in the moment.
Yeah,
when you
I
asked
know
me.
you were, and that's my question is what is different about this year that you have not had those swings in emotion that you did in the past, and you have been able to stay kind of present.
We didn't get too high. We didn't get too low. We didn't get too high. We didn't get too low throughout the season. As I said, we were down 0-2. Brooklyn. We came back. We did our job. We're down right now. We came back, did our job. We were down against Atlanta. Came back, did our job. We were up against Miami. We went there. We did our job. Tried to steal one, then tried to steal second one. And as a team, I feel like throughout the year, we didn't get too high. We didn't get too low. We kept focusing, like building good habits, and I think it comes from, as I said, Coach, Chris, Drew, me. To have that mentality, and then he passed down to the whole team. So we did a really good job. Now, is he going to end up well in the championship? Who knows? But no matter how he ends up, I'm really proud of this team. Really proud of all the work we've put in.
Eric over here.
Hey, I have two for you. I know you enjoy talking about your feelings a lot, but I was going to bring it back to basketball for you. For you, middle of the fourth quarter, you have the ball on the left wing. You beat Aiden to the floor or to the rim, and you sneak in like a right hand layup and one. I feel like that's a move you've mastered this year, and I'd be curious why you went to that move. It's not a power move; it's a finesse move, and your game is so much about power. I'm curious why you've started to use that.
That's what my instinct said at that moment. It wasn't like premeditated. I just got the ball, saw the angle, saw the space, was able to sneak one in. But my game is not power. Come on now, my game is speed, fast. No, I'm joking. But as I said, I saw the angle, I saw the space. And it's kind of hard to like move your feet from here to here. It's kind of hard to change your angle when you're defending. It's hard for me, so I know it's got to be hard for him. So that's why I was able to sneak one in.
So that's not something like you spent the offseason working on or anything like that? Like it feels like you've done it before, but it's more often now.
Yeah, I didn't spend the offseason. That's like an instinct move. I used to do it probably back in the day more, like work on it more, but I don't work on it as much because now it's almost like it's instinct. Like I don't think about it. Like there's some moves that you like, okay, I'm gonna go there and make this move. You kind of have to work on it, and then it translates to the game. But that move, it was just it's just instincts.
And then I was gonna say, throughout this finals, we've seen multiple like pictures and images of like you hugging Chris or you like leaning on Drew like after a big play. How do you feel like you've gotten better at making this a we journey and not a me journey? Like including everyone in that process.
Have to, everybody's a part of this process. I don't think there's been anybody that I've gone through this process by himself and go all the way and win the NBA championship. Like we have to do it together. And I need Chris to be great. I need Drew to be great. I need Brooke, Bobby, all of those guys to be great. But it's just like I feel like you see that more because once you see a team and guys like put everything, like all the effort and compete, and you see how tired they are after games. That's why you kind of like, because they go through this journey with you. Like I'm tired, I look next to me, Chris is tired, and Drew is tired, or whatever the case might be. And that's why you kind of like, it's like it's like they're like my brothers. I'm saying, like that's why you want to hug them, put your arm around them, and like. We got this together. We got to keep doing this together until the end, and we're close to the end, So, but that's where you see those moments more and more and more. in the playoffs. In the regular season, I was trying to stay COVID-free. I was staying away. But yeah.
Zora, last question.
I do want to go back to your feelings for just a little bit. I know you're not, active on social media right now. You say that pretty frequently, but the other day your words resonated with so many people talking about how like the past, I believe, is your ego, right, and the future's pride, and the moment is humble. What do you think of the fact that people accept your words, whether they know what a free throw is or a three-pointer is, that they're listening to you as a person to give life advice?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should be that person, man. I just play basketball, But as I said, it's something that helps me. That's what allows me to cope with all this. With basketball, with my life, my family, and it might help somebody else out there. If it helps, great. If if it doesn't, it doesn't. Great too, But yeah, I don't know if I should be the one, giving advice. As I said, this is something that helps me, helps me go about my day.
One quick last one for you. Based on like your experience in prior series or even people you've talked to, maybe your brother, right? What does it take to succeed in closeout situations? I know you say, go ahead.
You gotta be in the present. You have to be in the present. And once that present comes, you'll know what it takes to be successful. But right now you can't. We don't know what it's going to take. It might be a defensive stop. It might be Drew coming and saving the day again. It might be Chris hitting 10 straight points. It might be me blocking we don't know what it's going to take. But I know that we have to be in the present. We have to enjoy it. We have to compete. For now, that's the three things I know. Once the game starts, every possession is going to be different, and we're going to figure out what it takes to win the game.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.